What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 709 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 39 of Supremacy. Just 24 hours away, guys, from Purgatory, the last pit stop on the road to the grandest stage of them all, Ascendance 8, and a lot of issues getting today's stream underway. First, there was some lag. Might still be, knock on wood, let's hope not. I've done just about everything I possibly could think of. Unplugged my Fire Stick, reset the router, hard reset to the Xbox, almost lost my data. My data would not sync on 2K20, but luckily I was able to fix that. And now, if the wrestling gods will it to be so, this stream may go off without a hitch as some six-man tag team action gets things started, guys. And at Purgatory, we know there will be two Elimination Chamber matches. One over on Crossfire, going to feature the women competing to become the new CMV Women's Hardcore Champion, while the fellas here on Supremacy going to vie for the International Championship. Big challenge for champion Quantum, guys. His first defense only a couple of weeks after picking up the championship. Back five in order to make it to Ascendance, still champion. And, well, four of those five are featured here in this match. D'Angelo Prince and Deshaun Williams on Team 1. Danger Cat and Bob Luger there on Team 2. What a matchup this would be, one-on-one. Two beefcakes, but, well, the bigger story might be Luger as of late. The last month and a half, maybe 2 months or so, have not been kind to the work ethic Titan, on a bit of a losing streak right now. You know, I've been talking about it these last couple of weeks. Luger, he's gone through some rough patches in his career. Never forget his first couple of months here at CMV when he went on a mile-long losing streak and still came back to become one of the greatest superstars in CMV history. So don't count out Luger just yet, especially inside of the chamber tomorrow night at Purgatory. Bob Luger is a two-time international champion. He'll join a very short list of three-time international champions should he survive the Devil's Domain. There's another wheel kick. You know, Luger wants to get his hands on D'Angelo Prince. D'Angelo Prince been a big part of Luger's losing streak these last couple of months. That big upset win back at Fortune, and then eliminated Luger in his Battle Royal qualifier. Luger missing his chance to potentially main event Ascendance. That right going to Andrew Briggs. We will see in action a little bit later on, taking on Christian. I'm actually very much looking forward to. Irish whip into the corner. Very unlikely team here. Los Felinos Fatales and Bob Luger, but so far, so good. Of course, Danger Cat representing the duo inside of the chamber as the more experienced singles competitor. Great Fatal 4-Way match last episode of Supremacy, which was won by D'Angelo Prince, picking up some big momentum. Can he keep that up? Later on tonight, guys, Jared Leon, the fifth challenger in the chamber, actually going to get a big opportunity himself, going one-on-one with international champion Quantum. But what a main event we have in store, guys. Jay Hodgson one-on-one with undisputed champion Jason Spade. That's a match big enough to main event Ascendance. We're getting it here tonight. Of course, Jason Spade and his tag team partner Brett Curtis getting set to defend their unified world tag team titles against the late at Purgatory tomorrow night. Oh, look at that, a bite by Danger Cat. And of course, Los Felinos Fatales and the Takeover, Perry Heenan and Deshaun Williams, been at each other's throats these last couple of months. And pretty much at every turn, the Takeover has gotten the better of the Feline Fatales. That steel cage match a few weeks ago, certainly probably still feeling the effects of that. Man, look at these knees by the Pitbull. Just throwing Danger Cat overhead with that last call. Lot to work issues for his championship, can't with that big tag team title match coming up tomorrow night. Scoop slam by Heenan, and full control of Danger Cat at the moment, guys. Perry Heenan going to make a tag to D'Angelo Prince. I'm sure Danger Cat not forgetting that big old kick to the head last episode of Supremacy that won D'Angelo Prince the Fatal 4-Way match. Uh-oh, D'Angelo, big knee, and Danger Cat's got to get going, man. He's got to dig down deep and try and turn things around, because so far he's just getting an absolute whipping. Danger Cat now. Smart tag to Golden Cat. Going for a choke slam, but it's nobody. You get into a Golden Cat immediately. Gonna try to come back at Prince only to take a brain buster. Deshaun Williams now, the legal man, gonna come to pick on the remains. Oh, but he decides to tag in Perry Heaton instead. Maybe looking to keep himself fresh for the Elimination Chamber match tomorrow night. I mean, just 24 hours before the pay-per-view, guys. Surely the 4 men in this match will be a part of that chamber. Don't want to risk any sort of injury. They want to try and stay as fresh as possible, but that's going to be easier said than done. Perry Heaton, modified vertical suplex by the former Anarchy champion. Gonna go for a pin. Lateral press only gets a 1 count, very near 2, but not quite. Luger retreats to the apron. He was ready to throw down if need be. Remember Bob Luger, a former tag team champion. He knows. Out onto the apron. Golden Cat with a big right hook and to send Perry Heaton off the apron. Is this a place that Golden Cat wants to be, though? You can see Deshaun Williams ready to strike at a moment's notice. And although partners here tonight, opponents they will be inside of the chamber. Every man for himself. Only one can leave as international champion and solidify their spot on the Ascendance 8 card. Another former Anarchy champion in D'Angelo Prince getting his suplex counted into a neck breaker. Irish whip into the corner. No place that Prince wants to be. Able to counter that tag, though. And there's an enziguri. That will surely clean your clock. D'Angelo Prince decides to mock the CMV Universe, who are firmly behind the team of Los Felinos Fatales and Bob Luger. That's going to come back to bite him. Hot tag made to Danger Cat. Immediate German suplex, though, using his own momentum against him. We saw how Bob Luger was checking on Golden Cat at ringside, and there's the pounce. Now look at Danger Cat gnawing on the ear, I think, of D'Angelo Prince, trying to tear that thing right off like he's Mike Tyson. Might have blood. Arm drag to counter whatever Danger Cat was going for there. Very slow swinging neck breaker. When D'Angelo Prince wants to, he can be very methodical. More often than not, he enjoys a fast pace, showing off his athleticism, but that back elbow may have just knocked some teeth loose. Fireman's carry. Danger Cat stunned momentarily. Golden Cat is still down on the outside. Bob Luger watching very closely. Ooh, hip toss neck breaker. That's what I like to see. But smart move by Danger Cat, rolling out onto the apron so that he cannot be pinned. Maybe an emergency meeting. Danger Cat and Bob Luger. D'Angelo Prince taking too long, dragging Danger Cat over to the corner. Kick to the midsection, gets caught with an elbow to the side of the head instead. And now D'Angelo Prince, who's got to be a favorite walking into the chamber tomorrow night, guys. The role that he's been on. Snake Eyes off the powerbomb. Just collapses in the corner. Ooh! Now that was some innovative offense by D'Angelo Prince. Oh, we've seen this many times before, guys. D'Angelo Prince with the Tequila Sunrise. A maneuver that not only targets the shoulder, but also obviously the knee and the lower back, and no choice but to tap out before Golden Cat can make the save, guys. D'Angelo Prince continues on this impressive winning streak. Some more momentum heading into the chamber tomorrow night. And just another reason, if you're a betting man, to slide your chips in the corner of D'Angelo Prince. Will he be leaving as the new international champion? Meanwhile, you got to continue to feel for Bob Luger. I don't know what's gotten into him. But he's got a golden opportunity or not. Five main. Deshaun Williams with a great strategy, by the way. I don't think Deshaun Williams did anything in that match. That means he'll be 100% tomorrow night. He got tagged in once, but he immediately tagged back out without doing anything. Smart move. And coming up next, guys, the return of the only madman, Mike Miles. And I don't even remember when we saw Mike Miles here in CMV. I'm trying to recall. I think he may have made an appearance last season, but that vintage dashing memory, I don't remember much. Where the other, it's been a minute, as the kids today would say. But Mike Miles is former Intercontinental Champion, is on Supremacy, and he is ready to mix it up against Ashley Amell. On a night where we still have a lot to look forward to, including Brett Curtis's open challenge for the Anarchy Championship in that huge main event, as Shay Hoxton will go one-on-one with Jason Spade. Mike Miles immediately taking Ashley Amell down with that full Nelson slam. And as always with a return like this, one has to ponder if there might be some ring rust on Mike Miles. But, I mean, just judging by these first few seconds, I don't think so, because he is going right at Ashley Amell. Ashley Amell going to push Mike Miles into the ropes, though. Mike Miles looks like he may have slimmed down a little bit in his time away from the CMV ring. Much bigger the last time we saw him. But maybe that will benefit the Madman, especially against someone like Ashley Amell, who is very fast, incredibly athletic. Elbows to the top of the head, and Mike Miles not a fan of that. Bit of an international war here. Australia versus England. Very opportune time for Mike Miles to return to CMV with Ascendance on the horizon. Oh, and he gets knocked out of the ring, though. Ashley Amell, as if to say, this ain't your ring anymore. Oh, and he's doing a little bit of a jig off the ropes. Amell gonna fly over the top rope. Now that is incredible. Welcome back to CMV, Mike Miles. Things have changed. Referee already at the count of 2 to 3 now, and Miles taking back control as he throws Ashley Amell into the steel steps. And again, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to see Miles jumping over the top rope, flying through the air. Very rough and rugged is the former Intercontinental Champion. Can you believe it's been, man, over 5 years since Mike Miles won the Intercontinental Championship? Bit of a drought. Maybe Mike Miles is looking for some gold once again. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Kip up by Ashley Amell. Throwing Mike Miles down across the ringside area. And into the ring we go. Just the count of 5. Amell has to know what an opportunity he's got here to put down someone like Mike Miles in his return. Don't forget Amell's huge victory over Chris Proudfoot a couple of months ago. The only win that Ashley Amell has to his name this season, but a big one. Adding Mike Miles to that list certainly won't be anything to scoff at. Scoop slam turned into a bit of a swinging neck breaker, if you will. That's how Amel can surprise you. You think he's doing something, and then it's a different maneuver entirely. Ashley Amel tries to go for a discus, I think knife edge chop, but Mike Miles was like, hold this cheeky jab instead. Enziguri. And I think Miles just spitting my Mountain Dew. Deep arm drag by Ashley Amel. Like I said, I don't think Mike Miles is going to stand much of a chance, no matter how much he has slimmed down in terms of matching Ashley Amel's agility. He's got to use that power of his that's made him so successful over the years. Looks like he's staring down Amel here. Single knee backbreaker. And Amel's going to be feeling that one for sure. Face first off the steel post. Into the ring we go, just at the count of 10. But of course you'll know, here in CMV, the superstars have until 20 to get back into the ring. So Amel is safe and might have Miles dead to rights. Another bout of rolling the dice. Will they come up? Ooh, for Ashley Amel, no, only a 1 count, and Mike Miles just shoots up. Looks like he might be a bit miffed. Forearm smash at close range, into it myself. Only gets a 1. Amel threatening a punch, probably should have followed through, because now Mike Miles looking to catch him on the rebound. Snapmare and a kick to the back, and it sends shooting pains up and down that spine. But Amel knows he's got Mike Miles hurting for certain, and it's time to capitalize. Bit of a convoluted neck breaker, but gets to the point in the end. Oh, Amel, we've seen this before, guys. That knee bar locked in him like nowhere to go. Will the legend be forced to tap out here in his return? No, he's able to survive, but it looks like the damage might be done to that knee, guys. Now Mike Miles knows he's got to push through and end this match sooner rather than later, because that knee injury is no sort of good news. Backpack stunner. Only a 1 count. Kick to the back, Mike Miles. He's getting hype. These fans on their feet, they're getting behind him. Clothesline. And here comes that raw power. Back body drop. Amel won't stay down, but I think this spine buster will do the trick. Miles still ain't done though. Ashley Amel is. That running knee to the upper back. Mike Miles forced to retreat into the corner. Looking worse for wear, guys. No. An impressive return thus far, but can he, suss out a victory? Or will Amel spoil the night? Trio of elbows to the back of the ear. Ooh, and a single leg takedown. Amel is straight back up to a vertical base, though. Walks into some punches in bunches. You ain't gonna stand a chance against the madman. Hand for hand. What is Mike Miles doing now, though? Perhaps a bit too much time away from the ring. Raking the eyes. Miles bending the rules in his favor just a bit. Now he's going to send him out to the outside. What is the idea here, one has to wonder. Thrown gut first into the security wall. Elbow to the side of the head. Now it's back and forth. Tip for tap between these two. Into the security wall again. Oh! And Miles is looking to make a statement. Amel's going to send it right back at him, though. Shoving him back first into the security wall. Guess Mike Miles can go ahead and cancel that appointment with the chiropractor later this week. Ashley Amel just straightened down his spine. Miles with a snapmare. Knife edge chop across the back. Kick to the chest. Mike Miles is gassed, though. And that's another thing that's going to benefit Ashley Amel the longer this match goes on. breaking the ice, man. Mike Miles being a bit of a, well, prick. Breaking the ice. But it all leads to this. Will it pay off? That classic sidekick by Mike Miles. 1, 2, 3. Mike Miles is back, baby. Ringing Ashley Amel's bell with that sidekick, and the Madman has returned. Ashley Amel disappointed with yet another loss. But Mike Miles couldn't be more thrilled. Good match, too. Ashley Amel put up a hell of a fight against the veteran. Just not able to get the job done in the end, which seems to be a trend in the career of Ashley Amel. Putting on good matches, but not able to get the job done. Well, guys, Brett Curtis will be issued CMV Anarchy Championship just 24 hours before tag team partner Jason Spade put their Unified World Tag Team titles on the line against the SNS Slayton Shea Hoxers. The open, none other than Xander himself, looking to take both of Brett Curtis's championships in a 24-hour span. We know Shea Hoxton will be taking on Jason on our main event. A bit of a mix last week, where of course Shea Hoxton and Xander Jason Spade was here. The Anarchy Championship, one of the few titles that has eluded Slate throughout his career. As a former world champion, United States champion, tag team champion, international champion. On his side after putting down Shea Hoxton last episode of Supremacy, big punches by Xander Slate. And Curtis definitely going to have to use to outmaneuver Xander. Nice kind of pump handle back suplex situation Brett Curtis cooked up there. Kicks to the chest. Slate not able to do much about it. But he comes back with a clothesline. And of course, as the Anarchy Championship is on the line, anything goes. No countouts, no disqualifications here. The alliance to end Tailcoat Val was successful, but once the dust settled, Hoxton and Slate were very quick to make it known they want those tag team titles, and Slate wants that Anarchy Championship. Ooh, swinging knee. Brett Curtis not going to be tasting right for the next couple of weeks. Pendulum backbreaker, and Slate with these power moves. Brett Curtis cannot allow that to keep up from his back. Shooting off a kick. By Slate, knee targeted with an elbow. Kick to the midsection. And look at that, man. If you blink, you miss it. The tagline of Brett Curtis's career. So quick. Lightning offense that his opponents just truly cannot prepare for. And then he's got that, you never know, we're freaking, maybe he'll try against the chance. Xander just got his face knocked off with that big boot. Whew. Brett Curtis turned it up a notch. Stomp to the gut. Xander, 6'4", 260 pounds. And now he's looking out of that ring. What's he going to bring out to play with? A ladder introduced. Sliding it right into the shins of Brett Curtis. And Curtis doesn't seem to be taking Slate very seriously here, guys. Hopefully not getting cocky. Oh, and Slate Gonna have his own shenanigans used against him. The ladder to the mush. Only gets a 1 count for the champion, though. DDT gonna jack up Slate's neck big time. Curtis has got the ladder again. Gonna put it in the corner. Sinister intentions being cooked up by the ducked by Slate. And now launching Curtis face first, guys, into the ladder, but Curtis not going to be a victim. Busted open and just back and forth. Oh, man! Drop kicking the lower back of Slate, sandwiched. Oh, and Curtis is already bleeding pretty badly, guys. The champion is hurt, and that does not bode well. Just 24 hours before he and Spades unified tag team championship defense against Slate and Hoxton. Xander taking his time. Forearm smash from the apron, just looking Curtis in the eye, saying, come on, boy, what you got? This is what Curtis has got. Oh! Russian leg sweep onto the arm. Forearm smash. And again, Slate refusing to stay down with that Tanahashi clothesline. Not going to give him much of a choice. See how Slate worked so quickly, though, knowing he's in trouble. Maybe one too many smacks off the ladder. Slate not too sure what he's doing here. Knocking the ladder over. Hopefully not a concussion. Curtis not afraid to take advantage, though. Blue Thunder Bomb. And Slate just got so lucky, about an inch away from smacking the back of his head off that ladder. 1, 2. That ain't going to be enough for Curtis as blood continues to trickle from that open wound just under his hairline. Curtis, though, with his finger on the trigger and Slate none the wiser. What are we going to see here? Michinoku drop. 1, 2. No! And Brett Curtis, frustrated, sets up the ladder yet again in the corner, knowing he's got to do something big to keep Slate down. Back suplex after ricocheting off the steel. And again, man, Brett Curtis' appetite for mayhem. Oh my God! I don't know if Slate did more damage to himself or Brett Curtis there. Holy, wait! Oh my God, guys! Xander Slate is the new Anarchy champion. Bring a this is Xander Slate, CMV Anarchy champion, just like that. Self out, but evidently that spear into the ladder enough for Slate to keep Curtis down. And we have a new Anarchy champion. And Slate, very uncharacteristic, tried to offer a handshake and Curtis slapped it away. He knew better. Curtis is livid, guys. Slate has taken one of his titles. Will he take both? That is huge momentum now for the challengers, guys. Slate gonna pass that off later on in the main event. He goes toe-to-toe with Jason. Mamma mia. Who could have seen that go? Huge dubs for Slate. The action is up next here on Supremacy number 39, as we are going to see toe-to-toe with Christian Kaiga. New Andrew Briggs, a lot more rough these last few weeks, and we saw that episode in his match against Dave Turner where he Turner through the free barricade. Honestly, destroyed Turner without remorse, and Andrew Briggs was spreading lies about Turner, a potential neck injury. Turner was pissed, rightfully so. He wanted that match, Briggs, and all he got was a ruthless beatdown. Briggs is taking prisoners on his road to where he for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. But will Christian be caught in the crossfire next? That's the question as they go one-on-one here tonight. Andrew Briggs solidifying his spot in the main event of Ascendance 8 with his victory at Absolution, becoming King of the Hill, and he wasted no time. But wait a minute, there's Dave Turner! Dave Turner with a steel chair, gonna attack Andrew Briggs from behind. First, Andrew Briggs spread lies about Turner, and then he attempted to, well, put him back on the shelf last week, but Turner not wanting to stay down, and now a brawl is ensuing here at the top of the stage. Brainbuster down onto the steel grating. I don't know what's gotten into Andrew Briggs, but his attitude has shifted. Just the way he carries himself backstage. You know, I tried to talk to him earlier tonight, and he completely blew me off. Usually he wouldn't mind sticking around and having a chat with me. But Dave Turner ain't one to be pushed over. The Hall of Famer throwing Andrew Briggs down the ramp, maybe looking to give him a reality check. Continuing to throw him down the ramp before his scheduled match with Christian Kai. And I don't know if that's going to happen now as Turner sending Briggs right down onto his neck, guys. And Briggs is completely motionless as he lays at the bottom of the ramp. Turner hovering over him, security now pouring out from the back to keep Turner from doing any more damage. I mean, I understand why Turner is so pissed off, why he just did what he did, but we don't want him risking serious injury to Andrew Briggs. It was pretty obvious that he was targeting Andrew's neck, maybe trying to give Andrew Briggs a legitimate neck injury, like how Briggs said Turner had at Absolution. But one way or the other, guys, Andrew Briggs obviously not able to compete as he's helped to the medical crew. And Christian Kai, though, still competing. So last second, a new opponent going to be none other than Harry Wallace, who we have not seen in quite a couple of months. So Harry Wallace hanging around back. Last second replace Christian Kai and substitute Christian Kai prepared here tonight to go one-on-one with Andrew Briggs. Now standing across the ring from Harry Wallace. But Christian Kai, we know he's been on the hunt for a European Championship opportunity. Ooh, Harry Wallace. Big wiggle as he tries to take out Christian Kai early on with a Canadian backbreaker. Wallace just going to throw him around. Don't let Wallace's size fool you. This man is built like a tank. But as I was saying, Christian Kai, last episode of Supremacy had a big Kage. Many saw it as a #1 contenders match, and Kage in the end victorious. But Christian Kai, ever since his debut, been hounding Reese Matthews in that European Championship. Ooh. Big kick to the side of the head. Harry Wallace, this entire season, been trying to get his singles career off the ground. Of course, after last season being on NGW as a part of the Wrecking Crew. Hasn't had much luck, though. Perhaps here on the road to Ascendance 8 could be a new beginning, but not if Christian Kai has anything to say about it. Into a front headlock, Harry Wallace apparently was just chilling and catering, having himself a couple of hot dogs when He was asked if he wanted to fill in for Andrew Briggs. Hell yeah. And Harry Wallace, accepting the adoration of these CMV fans in attendance here tonight. Excuse me, Irish whip across the ring. Slow approach by Wallace. You're not going to see him speeding around the ring anytime soon. Tanahashi clothesline by Kai. And a stomp out of the arm. Going to force Wallace onto his stomach. And now Kai going to take control. And very egotistical is this young man. Very full of himself. Called the natural, and with good reason. From what we've seen this last month or so, Kai is an incredible performer. There's no denying that much. I mean, look, in his debut, he almost became European champion. He had Rhys Matthews beat at multiple points. And he says if he gets a second opportunity, he will leave as European champion. There's no doubt about that in his mind. Shoulder block going to turn Kai inside out. He might have trouble even getting past Harry Wallace here tonight. Harry Wallace with ups using Christian Kai as a base to do so. And now a military press going to drop Kai gut first down onto the knee, and that'll have you gasping for air. You'll be lucky if your ribs are broken, or at the very least bruised. And look at that strength, man. Wallace, like I said, built like a tank. He might be short, but he's thick. He's a tough man to bring down. Scoop slamming Kai into the ropes. Quick snapmare into a knee. My God. That caught Harry Wallace, man, right up under the chin. Oh! X marks the spot. Harry Wallace with a one-handed sort of spine buster variation. And now a double axe handle. Arm wrench. Christian Kai. That speed of his... Whoa! Enziguri men didn't even take Wallace off his feet. But that DDT sure did. Psyching out Harry Wallace. Couple of forearm smashes. Pele kick, you saw Wallace in the last second tried to get his hand up to protect himself, but I think that kick still got through. Close 2 count, but not enough to get the win for Christian Kai, who's desperate to prove himself worthy of a shot at the European Championship. Gut buster by Wallace. Throughout this match, been targeting the ribs of Christian Kai pretty religiously. Maybe going to try to set him up for another Canadian backbreaker. Kai pulled out of the corner. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy with that alley-oop. Spear! Maybe that's what Wallace was getting set for, but Christian Kai not having any of it. Neither here nor there. Kind of turning it into a sort of DDT, spinning soul kick. Knife edge chop off the discus into a short arm clothesline, has Wallace doing flips. And now luring Wallace into a trap. The striking aptitude of Christian Kai may very well be unmatched here on Supremacy. Another knife edge chop. Wallace says, I don't think so. Russian leg sweep by the old timer. Late in his years as Harry Wallace, but that has never stopped him from giving it his all in that ring. Another Tanahashi clothesline, another pin attempt. 1, 2, 3, and Christian Kai picking up the dub here on Supremacy number 39. Hard fought, but Kai gets the job done in the end. Harry Wallace, I'll say this much, on a moment's notice, definitely delivered against Christian Kai. Had the natural on the ropes at multiple points, but Kai not letting anybody stand between him and that European Championship he oh so desires. And there's the spear. You got to believe if Harry Wallace would have hit that after all the damage he did to the ribs, would be having his arm raised right now. But instead, Christian Kai sending a strong message to Reese Matthews. Speaking of, here comes the European champion, I guess sick of being targeted and talked about. He says, you want to fight, Kai? I got you. I'll bring one to you. Matthews just absolutely going off on Kai after his match with Harry Wallace. Nice block of the knife edge chop, though. This is what Christian Kai's been waiting for. Reese Matthews may have just played into the hands of the Natural. That Regal cutter playing into the brain buster. And good move by referee Johnson to get the hell out of the ring. He doesn't want to get caught between these two. And Zaguri, Reese Matthews sidesteps it, knife edge chop to the throat. Christian Kai wanted this, now he's got it. Big punch. And Reese Matthews is cooking up. Can Kai stand the heat? Might have to get the hell out of the kitchen. These two just going off on each other, man. Evenly matched, just like in Kai's debut. And we are at a standstill. Reese Matthews, pompous in the face of Christian Kai, as security once again pours down the ramp and rushes into the ring to separate these two. Kai wanted to fight. I don't know if he wanted it right then after a grueling match with Harry Wallace, but even still, standing face to Reese Matthews. And Matthews making it clear that the problem with putting that European Championship on the line, proving he is the champ for a reason. But coming up next, guys, is our co-main event here on Supremacy number 39, as we will see Jared Leon taking on International Quantum. Of course, Quantum, hours time at Purgatory. Quantum, who just won the title a couple of weeks ago, Solution, dethroning George King. Now might have his tests of his career. Of course, he has stepped in the Elimination Chamber before. He has felt its wrath. He's felt the sting of the steel. He's felt the loneliness of being locked inside one of those pods. That claustrophobia can really get to you. But Quantum willing to step up to the plate as champion. Ascendance 8 beckoning. This is a big opportunity for Jared Leon to pick up some momentum. Some momentum he can surely use, because it's been a rough couple of months for the Justice family. The boys of the Justice family, that is. He just throws Quantum around, man, like a rag doll here. The matriarch, Joy Justice, been on a roll. Taking on Ashley Rain in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament tomorrow night at Purgatory. But Bloody Justice and Jared Leon, really ever since Tailcoat Val and her arsenal were dispatched by the Alliance, been having a hard time picking up like a Mondo, but that was an embarrassing loss for Bloody Justice. And you can tell Jared Leon is coming out here tonight with a different kind of aggression. He is all over Quantum. And I think the Elimination Chamber is really going to be like a second home for someone the likes of Jared Leon, who thrives off pain, agony, misery. I mean, we've seen what the Bloody Forest looks like. Honestly, not much different than the Elimination Chamber. Just an absolute horror show. Pile driver, man, and Quantum has really not been able to get out of the gate. Jared Leon using that monstrous aggression to smother the Future Man. Stop him from forming any sort of real response, but here we go now. Some punches by Quantum. Don't seem to do very much, though. Leon just puts him right back down with authority. Grab by the shoulders. Face smash into the canvas. Very slow, menacing is Jared Leon. Oh, Quantum's got choice, man, but to try and catch his breath outside, Leon not allowing him to do so, though. A jumping headbutt there. Trying to crack that skull. Let loose the juices. Now just choking Quantum. Another headbutt, man. And there's those voices in Leon's head giving him ideas. Quantum. Leon hot on his trail. This is the best I've seen Leon in recent memory, man. Of course, you would be foolish to ever discount Quantum, even at this point in the match. But things are not looking good for the international champion at the moment. Into a front headlock, snapmare by Leon. Every time Quantum gets even just a little bit, a sliver of hope, Jared Leon immediately snuffs it out. Now this neck crank wearing Quantum down slowly but surely. Able to fight out of it. Might be the victim of a big boot. Able to sidestep, clothesline, and again ducks Leon's clothesline into a snap power slam. Vintage Future Man. And the Hadouken delivering a double open palm strike to where the heart should be, but I don't think Jared Leon has got much of a heart left. Quantum now with a ring-shaking power bomb. Opens his arms up wide. Never out of the fight. Down, but never out is Quantum. Quantum lining up. There's that punch to the jaw. 1, 2. That's the maneuver that won him the International Championship, enough to take down George King at Absolution, but not enough to keep Jared Leon at bay. Now Quantum's starting to build serious offense. Leon sees that though, and using the rope, swinging it, neck breaker. Leon going up to the top rope. When do we ever see Jared Leon fly? Going for a headbutt. Oh man, he might have just screwed himself over, or maybe not, taking Quantum down. Sleeper hold applied by Jared Leon. And Quantum's got to find a way to get off his back here, man, or he's going to pass out. There you go. Leon is still latched on, though. Quantum able to throw him down. Kick to the chest. And a big old kick to the lower back. Pinned by Quantum. Might be desperation in the eyes of the international champion. Doing all he can to stay Leon's offense. Oh, STO. Choke slam. Justice Family staple. Quantum ready for it, however. Bringing Leon up to his feet. Another Hadouken. 1, 2, 3. And even though Jared Leon is heartless, Quantum is able to defy the odds. Big comeback win for the Future Man. And some momentum that he can definitely use walking into the Elimination Chamber tomorrow night at Purgatory. The losing streak continues for the Justice Family, but I said the same about Bob Luger earlier tonight. All that matters is that Elimination Chamber, the International Championship up for grabs, could be a turning point for the Justice Family. But not if Quantum has anything to say about it. Jared Leon absolutely dominating the early parts of this match. But don't you know, Quantum can tell the future. And his future is walking into Ascendance 8, still the international champion. Quick drink of my H2 as we get set for our main event here tonight, guys. On number 39, just 20 for Purgatory. Last pit stop on the road to Ascend tomorrow night. Jay Hoxton gonna go 1-1 with undisputed champion Jason Spade earlier. A shocker, guys. Answering Brett Curtis's open challenge and defeating new Anarchy champ. Now on the side of the challenge, Jay Hoxton keep that up. The massive tag match tomorrow night at Purgatory, the action challenging in space. But this is a pay-per-view main event. This could headline in Ascendance, but we are getting it right here tonight. Hoxton mano y mano. These two men haven't shared a ring together since their historic match in the main event of DEF CON, where of course Jason Spade became, I should say, undisputed world heavyweight champion of not only CMV but NGCW. And even though their alliance was short-lived to take down Tailcoat Val, you can tell there's still a lot of underlining respect between these two as they start things off, going back and forth, collar elbow tie-up, feeling each other out. Kick to the midsection. We saw that Brett Curtis was in no sort of good mood after losing his Anarchy Championship earlier tonight. Xander Slate, of all people, shockingly offered a handshake post-match, but Brett Curtis denied it, slapped away the handshake, and reportedly backstage he was messing up his locker room, throwing things around. Very upset with himself. Hopefully he can get back on track tomorrow night at Purgatory if he and Spade have any chance of keeping the SNS connection from those tag team titles. Early pinfall attempt by Spade gets only a 1 count. Hoxton threatens a punch. Oh, there's those overhand slaps right down across the face. I say there's respect between these two, but it really stops as soon as the match began. Hoxton's going to do Hoxton Tings. Doesn't matter who he's in the ring with. Bending the rules. Pushing the referee to his limits of... Oh my God! Spade just launched off the shoulders of Hoxton into the freaking corner via that power bomb. Coming up from behind now. Hoxton's ready with some elbows to the jaw. Punch to the back of the head. Snapmare. And another kick to the upper back. Hoxton going up top. Is the gambling man going to fly? Yes, he is. An HBK-esque elbow drop. Picture perfect execution. Doesn't get much more better than that. Hoxton now shooting the half. Tries to go for the pin, but not enough to take Spade down early on. You know, ever since that match at DEF CON, Spade only has 1 loss to his name, and that was against Tim LaFave last month inside of the prison cell. A tough cookie to crack, that's for sure. But if anybody knows how to crack it, it's going to be Jay Hoxton here tonight. Going after the leg. Hoxton knowing Spade too well. A lot of Spade's offense comes from using his feet and his knees. Jumping off the top rope, off the ropes. And especially that coup de grace, the double foot stomp he likes to hit from the top rope. From really any position, Spade can hit it. You take out those legs, though, you pretty much eliminate half of his arsenal. Hoxton is very, very methodical. A thinking man's wrestler for sure. But look at Spade. Gonna try to take Hoxton off guard with this surprise small package, but only gets a 1 count. There's got to be so much going through the mind of Jason Spade. You know, he finally got Tailcoat Val off his back, able to take a big, deep breath because of that. But now he's got to worry about the SNS connection and the Unified World Tag Team titles. And more importantly, has to worry about Andrew Briggs coming after his undisputed championship at Ascendance. But right now, the only thing on his mind is Hoxton, or maybe nothing. He might be out. Hoxton got the win, guys. Hoxton just pinned Jason Spade off the chokeslam. Huge, huge, huge victory for Hoxton. And pretty much the complete opposite of last week, where Brett Curtis and Jason Spade got the better of their opponents. Tonight, Xander Slate and Shay Hoxton have the last laugh. But this is monumental, guys. Hoxton just pinned Jason Spade. And now the momentum at a standstill. Who will emerge victorious tomorrow night at Purgatory when the Unified World Tag Team titles are on the line? A lot of questions now walking into this match, man. Xander Slate, the new Anarchy champion. Hoxton with a win over Jason Spade. A clean win, might I add. Off of the... But for Hoxton, man, that's got to be one of the bigger wins of his career. At least this season, if not of all time.